Hello, I'm Eloise, if you haven't watched before, and I've rushed to make this video because the amount of demand that I've had, and it's also my first ever sit down video, so bear with me if I'm awkward, looking around the place, don't know what I'm doing, come across weird because I'm awkward on camera, genuinely just don't even know how to act on camera. I'm the most awkward person when it comes to this, which is weird because of my job. As some of you guys may know, there's been a lot of things going on at the moment that I think you guys are just intrigued in, genuinely, and just want to know answers, which you guys have every right to know the ins and outs of my life, especially if I'm putting so much out there on the internet, and I feel like I've teased it enough. I just needed to sit down and make this video and make you guys aware of what's actually going on, because I feel like I owe it to you guys for sure, definitely. You guys support me through everything that I do, so I owe you guys this video. I basically just thought there are so many things that you guys want to know, and I want to touch base on absolutely everything. But as you guys see, the title of this video is Why I Left the Wave House, and that is kind of what I'm going to be covering today. Along the way, I'm going to let you guys in on my life as well, because from one thing that I've realized from being in there is that you guys didn't know who I was at all, and that's really weird to think and sad at the same time, because I want you guys to know me and get to know me and be best friends with all of you. As cliche and weird as that sounds, that's genuinely just what I want. So I basically asked you guys on Instagram to ask me a bunch of questions. I haven't even seen them yet, I'm literally just opening the app now. I'm gonna go through them all and just see what you guys have asked. So the first question is, why did you and Jimbo break up? Firstly, me and Jimbo haven't broken up. For some reason, I feel like everyone thinks me and Jimbo have broken up because we've left the house, but it genuinely has nothing to do with our relationship. He left with me. So yeah, it has nothing to do with that. We're still very much together and going strong. Next question is, when are you and Jimbo having a child? I feel like right now I'm in no state or mindset to ever have a child right now at all. I feel like I can't see myself being able to care for someone like a child. I just about care for Jimbo and look after Jimbo. That's enough for me. Maybe in the future, definitely looking to have kids, maybe a little girl, little boy. I can imagine that vibe. I can imagine having a little girl and a little boy with him. Do you know what I mean? But other than that, kids are not on the table. Plus, I'm the worst person when it comes to being scared of needles, hospitals, blood. I'm scared of absolutely everything. So I feel oh, and sick, major phobia of sick. So if I got pregnant, I would just constantly be scared, constantly, and they give you so many injections, it's just not my vibe. So I just feel I would struggle so much. That's the answer, probably not anytime soon. What's your favorite thing about Jimbo? I feel he's very caring, and he's just very supportive. I feel we motivate each other and we build each other up, and I feel he genuinely makes me a priority without even realizing it, and that's what I love about him. And I genuinely just think we're just best friends, and he is literally the male version of me. I love that I've got connection with someone where we're just on the same level, you know, he gets me, I get him. He knows when I'm angry, upset, anything like that. He's just the best when it comes to things like that, and I just genuinely feel I've got such a strong connection with him, and that nothing would break that. Someone really put biggest ick. What I've noticed is when somebody just hasn't got any drive to thrive, pursue their dreams. I know it sounds such a weird ick. Usually it's picking their nose or scratching their bum or something, but that's also gross, by the way, let me add. But my biggest ick is probably someone that's just genuinely not motivated and just doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to pursue their dreams. Just have motivation, have that drive. I'm all for, if you have a dream, go for it. I so believe in that, and I feel anyone can accomplish absolutely anything when it comes to what you want to do. Yeah, just work hard at things. And I think if someone doesn't have that drive and just doesn't want to do anything, that really puts me off. One thing you're going to learn about me in this video also, I talk with my hands a lot. It's very annoying, but you'll get used to it, I'm sure. Next question, where are you living now? So me and Jimbo originally used to live together before the Wave House. We actually used to live with one of our closest friends, Ben. We used to live in a flat together. And then when we moved out to the Wave House, we kept the flat. Ben moved out, so now it's just mine and Jimbo's flat, and we basically come back to live here. I obviously had the option of moving back with my parents, etc., but I feel with what I do and the job, I just love being around Jimbo all the time. We are looking to kind of move eventually, but then again, we just don't know what the future holds. Everything is so up in the air at the moment. I'm gonna answer the Wave House questions now. There's a lot behind it, and I do want to just say I really want to try and give you guys as much information as I can without firstly hurting anyone, upsetting anyone or causing any unnecessary drama, because I feel like there are so much worse things going on in the world. I just don't want everything on the internet, you know, and I'm going to try and explain as much as I physically can, and there is a lot behind it, and still I don't even know like some of the stuff, and I don't want you guys to think I'm lying or being ingenuine. Like absolutely everything I'm telling you is what I genuinely know. We'll start with like a nice one. What was your favorite thing about the Wave House? My favorite thing about the Wave House is just like, it was just such a different like experience, like something that I've never ever had before. And I also loved how we were creating things that had never been seen before, never been done before, and like all these random stuff, and like the mask reveals was such an amazing time. And I just loved being around like such a strong like community and family, and we literally lived in the middle of nowhere, like absolutely in the sticks. But we had like the Wave House chef Aaron, who was just like the most amazing person. We got on so well with him. We had a personal trainer, we had our management constantly in and out. Like it was just genuinely like a big family, and I love that energy. What are the chances that you're gonna be doing the same job as all your best friends? Like I knew these people way before I was an influencer, and now I'm an influencer, and I can do what they do, and we can build together and grow together. It's like the most amazing thing. So I feel like the energy, absolutely everything, I loved being there. Unfortunately, just after a while, it just didn't really work out. But that's what I absolutely love. Like the energy was unreal. What was your favorite day in the Wave House? I'm trying to keep this video positive, and then we'll get into the tea and the drama. What was my favorite day in the Wave House? I feel like nothing ever is going to be the energy of the Mask of a Week. Forget day, like week. That week was the most unreal experience, like the most surreal experience. Like we moved into the house firstly, no one knew we were in there. Actually, this was like the first 2 weeks. We moved into the house, no one knew we were in there. We were just sat back. I was like doing the Instagram, like taking all the pictures. We were just having so much fun. Like no one knew we were in there. We were literally like MIA. We had it in the works for absolutely ages. So that week was so much fun. Like we used the pool, we hung out. It was just so much fun. And then obviously we had the mask reveal week. And like the day of my mask reveal was the most amazing day, and like the most bonding like the group has ever had. Like I remember, you guys have probably heard the story like 50 times, so I'm really not going to explain it because I feel like it's been absolutely everywhere. And I feel boring speaking about it, but you guys know that my mask reveal was like a last minute decision. And once I finally had like finished the mask reveal video, and I'd sat there and I had it and I showed everyone my mask reveal, and everyone was screaming. And I remember the CEO being like, 10 million views, that's gonna get 100%. And I was just thinking in my head, there's no way, but like, sick, we'll go with it. Posted it, and it just started blowing up. Like I remember in like an hour it was on like something like 1 mil, and then it like by the next hour I was on 4 mil, and then by the time I woke up in the morning it was 15 mil. And the energy that we had, like I remember we drove to a restaurant and we're eating our food, and we were getting back in the car to drive back to the Wave House, and we were all in shock because we were just watching the video blow up, and we're like, what is actually happening? Like how is absolutely everything that we've like worked towards and everything just like finally actually coming true? And Millie pulled over her car, and we got out into this random car park, and we're just all running around sprinting, screaming. Like we were just so happy because it was like all of our work that we put into it, everything that we'd like planned, it was actually finally coming true. And our dreams to make this Wave House the biggest that we physically could was happening, and it was just the most amazing thing. And like we were all so grateful. Like I couldn't believe it. Obviously came with the bad hate comments, which obviously affected me a lot, but nothing is going to beat the fact that it did so amazing and just blew up. Yeah, I feel like that was like the best day. Why did you leave the Wave House? When we first moved into that house, it was the most amazing experience. Like I've just explained, like all the positives. It was amazing, like unreal. So grateful for the opportunity I had. Like that house was amazing. And I feel like over time, cracks started to show. A lot of you might not know, but we used to live with a house manager. It was very intense. It was genuinely like a job. And I feel like what happened was we put everything into the mask reveals. They blew up, 55 million views. When you go into something and you just like, okay, imagine your first day at work, right? I used to work at Lush, for example, so I always use Lush as an example because Lush is something that I loved working there, I absolutely like adored it, and I think it's something that I can kind of relate to. Let's say at Lush, you go in and it's your first day, and on that day I make £10,000 on my own, single-handedly make £10,000, and everyone's like, how the hell is this new girl just come along and made £10,000 on Lush products? And then everyone's just like, what the hell? And then the next day I come in and I do 2 grand. That's still amazing, but it's not what I did on the first day. My level of expectation is going to be so much higher By the way, shout out to Lush, love you guys. And I think what happened was we had 55 million views, and by that point, our expectation, our level, what we wanted to reach was so high. Those numbers you're never gonna reach ever again. Like, that is ridiculous amount. And what we started doing, we started all putting loads and loads and loads of pressure on ourselves to just like do better, like get more views, like just show people like what we're about. And we got lost, and I genuinely feel like we just all got lost. Like we weren't putting out our personalities. People weren't knowing us. People were knowing us as these stuck up people online, and that's not what we want to be known for, because it's not how I live. Like, I don't live like how I used to live in the wave house. That's not me. I'm not saying I've struggled in my life or anything like that, but it's not me. Like, it's ingenuine, I think. I feel like it was like an act. It was like a scene in a play or something like that. When you're doing something over and over again that's not you, it starts to affect you, and it was affecting absolutely everyone. And I think we all just got really sad. Like, we just weren't the same anymore. We weren't the same people that went in there ready to be a content house, like bring something to UK that's never been bought before. We were all best friends. Like, there was not that awkward like initiation. Like, it was nothing like that. We were going in there to like make this house like the best house that you could physically get, and we lost ourselves. And like, that happens, yeah. And I feel like it's hard to obviously sit here and admit like the wave house is not me and like what I'm about, and that's okay. Like, we all felt like that. And I think over time it was just too much. It was too much like a job, and we want to be creative and just like be free and like, you know, create things that we actually think you guys will enjoy. And that's just when everything just started going downhill. Towards the last like 2 weeks, there was arguments between us. I was crying, I was so stressed, and my anxiety was so high. I got to the stage where I was so much in that house. If I had to go out into a public scene, I'd panic if I was going shopping, because I've basically been like isolated. It's like Big Brother, like you're in a house. No one's gonna touch you. Towards the last 2 weeks, we all crumbled. We were all unhappy. We were all upset. What happened was our management started to see that it wasn't right. To address this as well, a lot of people were saying, oh, they're going back for Christmas break. It's just Christmas. We were meant to be on Christmas break from the 19th of December, which is the Saturday, so we probably would have left on the 18th. And we were due to come back on the 4th because that was Kate's B-day, and she was pissed off that we had to come back on the 4th. But she was like, can't I have my B-day off? And then we were gonna keep that exact house till February. And then our management basically pulled us into the office and was just like, listen, you're moving out of the house and you have a week and a half, like 10 days to move out. And we were all like, what? And they were like, something's happening. We can't tell you what's going on. All you know is that you're going to be out of that house in a week and a half. Make whatever videos you want to make in that time. Something is happening. This house isn't making you guys happy. We have your best interests at heart. We think that we can bring something bigger and better to the table. So pack up, you're leaving. We were like, what? Like, are you serious? I love that house. You do build a connection with a place that you've been for 3-4 solid months, like, and you've built the best memories down, memories that can never ever be done ever again. And I think we were all so upset. So that is why we left the wave house. We came up with the ideas of doing the elimination videos. They said, go out, leave the house however you want to leave the house. Well, if we're going in with a bang, we're leaving with a bang. And I don't know what's happening. They could be getting new members in. The house could be changing. There could be no house. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm involved, whatever. We're going to be having a meeting in the next couple of weeks. Hence why I don't even know what to do with the flat anymore at this stage. Like, what do I do? But hopefully there'll be an update for you guys soon. I personally am now at the stage where all the drama's passed. I don't care about that. I don't want this wave house to be over, but I don't want the wave house to be what you guys know the wave house is. I want the wave house for you guys to know who we are. I want you guys to connect with us. I want you guys to know who we actually are as people, to like be friends with us, to like be involved. The wave house isn't us v you. It's a collective thing. Have you actually left the wave house, or is it all for clout? Yeah, I've left the wave house. We were meant to have that lease till February, and we were the ones that cut the lease short. We said that, well, our manager said we're cutting the lease, like that's it. So no, we've actually left. Are you still friends with Kate and Carmi? Yeah, I am still friends with Kate and Carmi. I think there was like a little bit of an issue between me and Calm, but we've sorted it out, hoping that in like the next couple of days, me and him, like all of us can actually sit down and speak about it. But what happened was so irrelevant, so minor, and also a huge misunderstanding. And when we brought it public, we realized how stupid we were actually being. And remember, friends always fall out. Like, we have to remember, we've been living with each other in close proximity for 3 months. Like, there's bound to have cracks. Like, it's like normal, every normal friendship. If we sat here and pretended like we were this perfect friendship and we all get along all the time, I'd be lying. Don't believe it. If any friendship is like, we never argue, we're so close, like, that doesn't happen. You fall out with people all the time. That's a reality of it. And I think, yeah, there was a falling out, but I'm obviously never gonna lose them as friends, but like, we can definitely move past it. And we like all just feel stupid for what happened, basically. Are you and Millie still friends? Of course. Like, if anything, I feel like me and Millie have grown such a strong friendship. When I went in there, I was probably like the least close to her in a way. Like, I'd spent time with her, but we never really connected that much. And I feel like since being in the Wave House, that girl knows so much about me. Like, I genuinely have opened up to her so much, and I feel like she's done the same, and I feel like I'm in such a good place with her as a friend, and I cherish her a lot as a friendship. And it's also weird to think that people don't realize how close me and Millie are, or how close the girls are in general, because being honest, being in that house, I could not have survived without those 2 girls. Like, they meant absolutely everything to me. So of course we're still friends, we're still vibing. And yeah, like, I wouldn't lose anyone from the Wave House ever. From now on, I just want you guys to genuinely know, like, the real me, and like to get to know me. And I know I keep saying that, but I feel sad that I feel like my viewers or people that watch me on TikTok don't actually know the real me. I feel like all you guys see is like this prank girl that I'm just not. So I made a vow to myself that I'm going to be more myself. I think that's all for the video. Like I said, I want you guys to get to know me, and I feel like that is definitely going to happen. I'm going to wrap this video up, but it was amazing sitting down and actually speaking to you guys. And comment down below like any videos you want to see from me, anything you want to like know about me. I'm going to say goodbye. Lots of love. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to know a bit more about me. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope this helped you guys like just know what actually is going on.